Imagine a country sitting on a literal ocean of oil, or mountains of diamonds. You'd probably assume they're filthy rich, right? Totally stable, completely free. Well, prepare to have your mind blown, because you would be dead wrong.
We always expect glittering cities and thriving, happy people. But the data shows us a horrifying paradox. Extreme natural wealth does not equal freedom. In fact, it almost guarantees the exact opposite.
It's completely anti-common sense. Extreme wealth is actually a deadly curse. Look at resource-poor nations like Mali and Benin. They actually built democracies. Meanwhile, resource-rich powerhouses like Nigeria and Gabon, trapped in brutal authoritarian rule. It completely defies logic. Section 1. Uncovering the data and this massive investigation. Now, this explainer is driven by cold, hard data. We're looking at a massive study that didn't just cherry-pick isolated events. Researchers cross-examined decades of national wealth against actual political freedom. And honestly, the results leave absolutely no room for doubt. They tracked 46 different African countries over a span of 35 years. The goal was simple but massive. Map the exact link between a sudden spike in a nation's resource wealth and the total death of its civil liberties.
Section 2. The Dictatorship Pipeline, or how cash turns into a cage.
This right here is the ultimate pipeline of corruption. Step 1, discover the oil. Step 2, the rulers completely bypass the tax system and hide the profits. Step 3, they use that untaxed, hidden cash to buy off the military. And step 4, crush any opposition. The everyday citizens, they are just completely erased from the equation. Just look at Nigeria. Right after 1979, a staggering 90% of their entire economy came directly from oil. 90%.
So, did all that insane wealth empower the people? Not even close. Out of 35 years of history, Nigeria saw a grand total of 4 years of civilian rule. 4. The oil wasn't a gift, it was a weapon used to centralize power.
And check out this spending gap. Regimes with heavy resources spend drastically more money than poorer ones. But guess what? It's not going to schools, it's not going to hospitals. They just artificially inflate government jobs to buy absolute loyalty and suppress anyone who disagrees.
Which brings us to Section 3, the governance disaster and rotting the rule of law. The World Bank tracks thousands of data points on public voice, accountability, and the rule of law. And the connection is just undeniable. Higher resource wealth directly guarantees abysmal governance scores. Basically, the richer the soil, the more completely corrupt the system becomes. Cameroon is the perfect, tragic example of this. Their leaders kept oil revenues completely off the books. We're talking millions stashed in secret overseas bank accounts. They only brought the cash back home when they needed to buy their own political survival. Meanwhile, the public literally starved.
Experts call this the democratic breakdown. It's a total systemic failure. The nation's own foundational wealth is actually weaponized. It's used to dismantle democratic institutions from the very inside out.
Section 4. The illusion of elections and a rigged system.
In these places, elections are just pure theater. When you have billions in secret oil money, the opposition is either bought off or outright banned. The votes are completely rigged. Fragile democracies don't just bend here, they instantly collapse under the sheer weight of all that resource cash. You want the ultimate proof? Look at the wave of African democratization in the 1990s. The trend is crystal clear. It really only succeeded in resource-poor nations like Mali and Benin. Why? Because the dictators there literally just lacked the cash to bribe their militaries.
Finally, Section 5. Rethinking the future and a completely new view on wealth. We have to realize that natural wealth is not just some straightforward economic tool. In these environments, it is exclusively a weapon of domestic control. The very resources that should be building schools and bridges are the exact tools used to build violent, unshakable regimes.
All of this leaves us with one seriously haunting question to end this explainer. If incredible natural wealth is actively funding the brutal oppression of millions, what exactly does that mean for the rest of the world who are so eagerly buying up all that oil?